Hey, Dr. Vance Schuring here, and I'm really looking forward to our time together at the Back Pain and Sciatica Workshop. It's going to be awesome, especially again if you're looking for natural treatment, healing options without the use of medications, injections, and surgery. So if you're looking to get back to normal again and you don't want to rely on drugs, this is for you. Now I want to go over something that's really important today so that you understand, playing off of our last video, where we were talking about, is your pain reproducible? A lot of people that we see have trouble with, again, standing, walking, sitting, driving, getting in and out of the car, yard work, housework, and things along those lines. And I wanted to show you the biggest mistake here that people make that really gets them in a lot of trouble. A lot of times during the workshop, we'll treat somebody live from the audience just to demonstrate how effective this can be. Actually, just this last workshop we did, we had somebody who was really skeptical. Again, she had a lot of pain for a really long time. She had been to other physical therapists. She had had chiropractic treatments, and she had actually had epidural injections. Let's just say she had been through the ringer of treatment, and she had everything. So what was really was a tough case was she had pain. She had numbness and tingling running down the whole length of her legs to her toes. She had pain with standing and walking, and she was really struggling a lot. So we did the demonstration with her. She stood up, and she was actually like, wow, I do feel a lot better. And we had her go through some of the motions that she was really having trouble with, actually before the treatment. She did awesome. Everybody clapped, and we had a really good time. But what she was doing was basically this. So with any problem that we have in life, there are three ways that we can handle that. Number one, which is the most common that we do, is we actually ignore it. Ignoring a problem doesn't necessarily mean that we're silent about it. Usually what happens is we're making more excuses. So we say things like, well, I'm just getting old, or I have a bad back. I had an injury when I was younger, or it's maybe the weather outside, or we blame it on maybe our bad genetics, or whatever it may be. Or we have a really tough job and we have to sit all day. There are millions of different things that we can blame it on, but none of that's really going to get at the source of the problem. Here's what happens. If we take a look at our life and you map out all the activities we do, you have some that are really intense on the outside here, and then you have some that are less intense, which would be easier here on the inside. Now, what happens, and what happened with this lady, is how she was limiting herself is basically, she said, every time I stand or I walk for more than 15 minutes, I get pain. So I asked her, well, what do you do then? She said, well, I don't stand or walk for more than 15 minutes. So if standing or walking are out here in terms of intensity on the outside, we basically take them out, as you see we did. So we might have other activities out here, maybe like running or lifting or running a vacuum cleaner or something like that. Less intense then would be sitting or driving, or maybe even getting dressed, things like that. Then we continue to ignore the problems of your back pain and say, well, what happens? It's exactly what happened and started happening with her. We lose this, and then that gets blocked in. Of course, we can compensate or we can figure out other ways to do things, but all of that is just ignoring the form of what's going on. Then eventually what happens is we just get to the point where we can only maybe sit or sleep, and unfortunately many times that's when we start seeing people here at Denver Sports Medicine. They're waiting this long, and now they've been told that they need surgery. And if they don't get that surgery, they're not going to be able to walk again. And by the way, that is all junk. And we're going to dispel a whole bunch of other myths for you. But basically, people wait until they lose all of these other areas of their life. And the whole reason that they are doing that is because they're ignoring the cause of their pain. So at the Back Pain and Sciatica Workshop, I'm going to show you exactly how we can help you through that and how we can help you handle the cause of your back pain so we can get you back to normal again.